Welcome to episode 5 of my SMP Let's Play series on the Pixlrift server. This is a Patreon supported server for the popular YouTuber Pixlriffs. You may know Pixlriffs from popular series like the Minecraft Survival Guide, and he's also the voice of the Hermitcraft recap. He works alongside Zombie there to create those videos, and they have quite a backlog of good content there. In order to get access to this server, you just need to donate to Pixlriffs on his $8 or above level on Patreon. Today what we're doing is we're visiting Anthrax's base, and this is his amazing farm. I love how a simple thing as a farm in Minecraft can have so much creativity added to it. It just looks amazing. Now the main goal that we had for today was to head into the end and do some end busting. So I headed off to the stronghold and went down into the portal, and that's what I got stuck into. Now I find end busting is really calming. It's something you could do when you just have plenty of time sitting around and you just want to get some resources. Since I run the Shulkerbox shop in the shopping district, it's particularly useful for me because then I can stock up for the shop. I do have some supplies, but nothing beats actually going to the end and then busting yourself. Because you get that enjoyable experience. It's a lot of fun, and it's one of the things I love doing in Minecraft more than anything else. Now I was fortunate that this particular city had a end ship, which meant I could get an elytra as well. Obviously they don't all have that, but this happened to be the first one that I came across on this day, and it was filled with shulkers and an end ship, which is just amazing. I love having the arrows with flame on them, especially with Optifine. It's really useful to shoot into a cave and you can light up the cave. In the end, that particular use is not as useful, but it does serve as a way to find the arrows again, so you can pick them back up if you don't actually have an affinity enchantment. If they're flaming and you see the fire, it's easy to just spot them from a distance. Now I'll take this opportunity to introduce my other series, which is Scoutcraft. Scoutcraft is an SMP that I just joined with a bunch of other YouTubers, and it's basically modelled around Hermitcraft. We are all content creators that get along and trust each other. We do a lot of collaborations and work with each other and try to make content the number one thing. It's not about just playing single player on a multiplayer server, it's about providing entertaining, interesting content for you to watch. We play on the same map as the Hermitcraft Season 7 server. It's the exact same seed. And we also have a similar approach to how they run the server. Like I said, we trust one another. We don't really have to have any plugins to manage griefing and that kind of thing. It's a whitelisted server, and the main goal is just on having an enjoyable, entertaining experience. We have meetings every month to discuss the future direction of the server, and there are a lot of plans for the upcoming months that we have planned for you. Now, when I recorded this, it was also before we had applied the Nether update, before Pixlriffs had applied the Nether update to the server. So I decided to prepare for 1.16 by taking down my anvils from the gold farm before the Nether was reset. This way I would have a stash of anvils, and if I wanted to use them again for another gold farm for our island, I could then just grab that stash that I had picked up before the reset, rather than having to mine for a whole bunch of iron again, because I don't actually have an iron farm. I love how effective this farm is. This is effective because it has a turtle egg in the center, and the Zombie Pigmen, now the Zombified Piglins as they are after the update, are attracted to the turtle egg. Jumping back to the end temporarily. This particular shulker seemed to have 2 Enderman bodyguards, which I was a bit wary of, but with a bow and arrow I was able to take it out. I was very hesitant to use my sweeping edge sword there. For those of you who have seen this series previously, you may recognise this construction. As I was informed that there has been an update to it recently, and so I popped in to have a look. It looks like someone has added a furnace and a chest and a bed. Definitely an upgrade. Next, I decided to demolish this monstrosity. The Double O Squirrel is a player that used to be playing on our island. He has since stopped playing on the server for personal reasons, but this monstrosity was still sitting here and I wanted to get rid of it. So I started taking it down. It looks like it's been griefed, but it was actually blown up by TNT deliberately by the Double O Squirrel. The farm was never as efficient as he had wanted it to be, and another member of our island group created a mob farm instead. So to disable this one, he started blowing it up and opened it up to the sky in order to prevent mobs from spawning. I hope you enjoy the time lapse. I got about halfway down the wall before I decided to start taking out the centre area. Now this was a little bit more complicated because it was all over the place and I couldn't always reach the next floor. But eventually I got all of this section down, which was very rewarding to do. Here is the same time lapse again, but from a different angle where it really shows off just how much progress I made on that day. I've taken about half of the wall down and all of the centre portion. I want to thank my patrons, Bastling, Petrol Pirate, Rhett and Reese WL3, you guys are awesome. And I want to thank you, whether you donate or not, for watching, especially to this point. You are awesome. I appreciate you. Have an amazing day.